First Samuel 4. So the Israelite went out to fight against the Philistine, and this chapter is the chapter where God fulfilled his prophecy. So the Philistine fought against the Israelites, and they defeated the Israelites. And instead of asking God, the Israelites decided to trust in a relic, the Ark of the Covenant. They think that as long as they bring the Ark of the Covenant with them, then God will help them, instead of actually trusting in God. And so this is a problem of idolism. And then after that, even though they brought the Ark of the Covenant, and the Philistine knew this ark kind of represented God being with them, and that God is actually a God who did the things recorded to Egypt, plagues and everything like that. And so they actually think that these are plural gods, like idols. They didn't know God is the only one true God. So verse 8 is who will deliver us from the hand of these mighty gods. So they think of gods as similar to their God, but a real, that someone with power. But then they still they kind of beef each other up, saying be men and fight. And the Israelites were defeated, and the ark was captured. Then Israel lost 30,000 foot soldiers, and the ark of God was captured, and Eli's two sons died. And they were actually the ones who right here, who were with the Ark of the Covenant of God. So these two wicked sons, who doesn't really have any reference for God, was with the Ark of God, and they pretty much did not know that God was no longer with them. And Eli was worried for the Ark of the Covenant. So he was sitting there, and he was 98 years old. He was very heavy, and he was pretty much blind. His heart feared for the Ark of the God. And then when he heard the news that the ark has been captured, I think what happened to the ark caused him more grief than what happened to his son. But he heard mention the ark, then he fell backward, broke his neck, and died. So it's a very sad story. His daughter-in-law went into labor, and overcome by labor or pain, she was also dying. And she named the boy Ichabod, saying the glory had departed from Israel. And I think that is really true, that if God was still with them, they wouldn't have been defeated. But they've gotten to a point where they did things that are only good in their eyes. And so God delivered them into the hands of the Philistines. And the Ark of God is captured. God will show his power, but he was to the Philistine, but he was no longer with the Israelites, thus delivering them to the Philistine, just not being there, protecting them anymore.